What's up, Steve-O? If you could share me out, I'd appreciate it. Share, everybody. Anybody stopping through, appreciate it. On your lunch break, getting on that Monday going on, and that start off your day. I'll start the show here in a couple minutes, but if you're just stopping through, appreciate it. Just hit that like button, hit that share. Regular shares are appreciated. You don't have to go to groups if you don't want to. I share to enough groups. It doesn't always create what I'm looking for, you know. Oops, did it again. I shared to a group I shouldn't be sharing to. Old time canning recipes. Well, maybe they might like this show. Forget anybody. Got about half a second left, or half a minute. Half a second. All right, 15 seconds. I'll pause it. I'm gonna get through this list, darn it. Almost forgot some of my favorite groups. Haven't decided if it's better to be sharing in Facebook Messenger or to tag people and share it to the groups. Wow, too many groups, you guys. I remember which ones I can share to, which ones I can't. I'll just get rid of those. Wow. I think I'm almost done. I'm like, oh wait, this one. Yeah. You guys might be hearing my dog in the background. He's fine, I promise. Okay, that's good enough. That's Just about everybody. Hey, hello, everybody. I can see comments again. And let's just do the thing real quick. Hey, all right. It's back to me, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We got Waylon the Indoor Farmer episode number 63 today, guys. 63. That's enough of that. He's happy for me too, guys. I think he's very happy for me. Appreciate that, Dukester. Episode number 63. It's getting crazy in the number. I'm like, man, that many episodes already, right? It's second time I've been doing this on Monday. Second time to do it on a Monday. Trying Duke. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Oh, shared me all over the place. Thank you. Hey, and over there in the YouTube land, thank you for stopping through. Thank you. Okay, so back to the issue at hand. If my dog can be quiet for a minute. Monday. Try to do it on Monday on a nooner. Get a nooner hour going on. Get that Monday started off right for you guys. This week is it's good and bad. I'm gonna point out why as soon as I can find the video. It took me so long to get this video made this morning. I don't know, it's just an extra long amount that I put into it, I guess, but I didn't do more work. I just recorded more work. That's the difference. I didn't record anything too exciting, so we're just going to go ahead and get it going. Showing off some of my, my progress back on that mint after I had chopped it all down, you guys, and it was like it had some pests and things like that. Oh, I know who you are over there on YouTube land. Appreciate you. But if you guys want to know who's on YouTube land, go follow me on YouTube and check it out. I won't tell you who it is. But so there's the sweet potatoes. They're growing back too. I had to chop those back because I had some, I think I had spider mites, but now there's some actual real spiders hanging around. And I see that they've gone. They've left around these potatoes on the side here. There were spiders, but now they're gone. So I'm guessing that means the food's gone, which is a good thing, right? They're right here where you see the stem. There was a spider's nest, or like not a nest, but a little web there. Over here, though, there is a little web. I think I pointed it out. Yep, there's a actual spider inside there still. So I'm fine with that. Do your thing, spider. I'm not gonna bother you. What's up, Terry? Hey, everybody. Anybody coming in for the first time? I appreciate you guys stopping in. Make sure to give that page a follow, or I guess follow on Facebook, subscribe on the YouTube. So this is my sort of daily routine, going through my little flowering experiments here. They look good. I mean, you might think you're seeing hair, but that's actually cannabis hair, I promise. But when you zoom in, you actually start to see some real trichomes and some real stuff happening. But these are only being fed from the fish tank that's underneath. So I'm really excited about this because of the cost of nutrients. There's so many different lines of nutrients. It's like, which one do you pick? Which one's the right one, And that alone gets annoying over time. So if I can make this happen, oh yeah, I did find one hair right there. It's like, how do I trying to get it while I stay in the frame? That's the hard part. Look at these fingers, you guys. Massive fingers over here. But yeah, thanks, guys. I want to say it one more time. Like I said, it's set up like a noon hour, lunch hour type show. Anybody stopping through just to say hey and get on with the rest of their work day, I appreciate it. I think there's another. It's hard to see if there's more dog hair or weed hair. I've been staying on top of it though. Look, there's a lot of nice little red hairs though. You see those? Pretty clear quality. Yeah, thanks over there in YouTube land. She's right on the money. I got my iPhone 12 camera trying to get it to focus. I think I I messed up right here, got it to unfocus, and then it wouldn't refocus. But there's some good shots in this anyway. And you'll see, like, they might be small buds. It might turn out to be tiny, might be worthless, but they definitely have trichomes going on. So I'm gonna get it tested, see what's really going on there. Hey, Miss Maui Queen, how are you today, everybody? Welcome Miss Maui into the chat. Appreciate it. Anybody stopping through? Maui, is this a little bit better time for the day? It's like you guys can watch this while you eat lunch. I almost said eat me while you watch lunch. That doesn't seem right either. But yeah, you guys can hang out and just watch what I've been up to. I will say that I had been procrastinating, you guys. I've been feeling that wintertime, hibernation feeling, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the indoor farmer. I got to get my ass going. I got to build a farm. I got to make it better, and I'm so like I'm sort of jaded a little bit because of some of the problems I had, and I know I'm going to have to battle those again. But then at the same time, I'm very optimistic because I have a lot of upgrades to do. I have a lot of work that I can do now, even though I don't have more money to put into it. So knowing that I can get something done right now without waiting for more money, you know what I mean? Waiting for my next check. That part can get really depressing. Oh, well, I could do stuff, but I just need to buy some more things. And so that kind of gives you an out to be more procrastinative, if that's a word. It gives you an out to be lazier. You're like, well, if only I had a few more dollars, I mean, I could actually get this project started, right? That's what we like to do a lot of times. We like to give ourselves an out. Hey, what's up, Philip? Philip, if you want to come up, you can, buddy. I wanted to talk to you anyway, specifically about some of this because, oh, that is not where I wanted it to move. Holy cow. I clicked it and I shouldn't have clicked it. So there's my Keef. What? Why did that happen? Oh my gosh. You guys, all I want to do is pause the darn video without you guys seeing what's up next. All right, I'll just leave it there because I know that's about it. Oh yeah, give me the thumbs up, buddy. Thanks, camera guy. All right, I think that's almost done. Waiting for the done part. Procrastinating by being here. Okay, well, I'll give you that. If that's also an option, if you guys can use me as justification to procrastinate, I don't see the problem there. You're like, I'm changing the world by watching Waylon the Indoor Farmer, right? That's how you gotta frame it when you tell people that you're procrastinating. Like, he's working on changing the world, you guys. $1 at a time. Let's see, all right, I'm gonna post to this, but that doesn't mean I have to let everybody up. So Philip, if you want that link, buddy, it's right there. If you have time to come up, if you don't, no problems here. But I wanted to talk about this next area because this table that we're looking at here is my next project, right? That's what I brought up a few times. But here's the issue. I'm finding out more and more that with a basement, you got a lot more mold to deal with. Mold possibilities, mold issues in general, all sorts of issues. So with the humidity, with moisture and all that, and then I have windows in this room. There's windows there. So I'm thinking I don't want to be growing in that room with the windows because I can't ever open them if I'm going to be growing in there. And if I want to actually seal it where it's like, like a laboratory, fucking, what's his name? The Breaking Bad guy, Walter, whatever, Cronkite. I forget his name. Anyway, you guys get my point. If I want to make it, super clean room with, the best type of environment to keep pests out and dog hairs and all that good stuff, I'm going to have to make some changes. And I think one of the things that I can do, and I'll show you in this next picture, because this table's too big, right? I can't get it back out of this room, or can I? Okay. You guys see those legs, right? What if I just chop those legs in half with my saw? I zip those off, right? Then I turn the whole table sideways. I can carry it out of the room, and I can set it up in the other room. And I'm going to show you the other room here in a minute. But then I was thinking maybe I could leave the table down lower even, and take that fish tank that you're looking at right here, this tub, and this could actually go up higher, right? Because I don't need any headroom over the fish tank, right? All I need, yeah, Breaking Bad, that's right, Maui. Walter White, that's right. It wasn't Walter Cronkite, Steve-O. Okay, fine. But anyway, if I could raise this tub up off the ground and use that drain, that natural drain, not natural, that drain that's already in the tub, I guess, that would eliminate the need for me to buy more tubing and hoses and stuff. So I could actually work with that and do that now with what I have available. And that's what I'm wondering now. That's what I'm trying to decide as far as my next moves. Because if I can really concentrate on this room that you see now, this back room here, this is where, yeah, it's dusty back there as I'm running around and kicking shit up. But this room here is where I want to make the actual grow room, to where it's fully sealed, floor to ceiling, all painted white, anti-mold paint or whatever that stuff is. And just completely sealed in, where there's like two different like false doors that you have to walk through. Not false doors, but what's the word here? Like a corridor, to sort of keep out dirt and dust, and then like a second door with another flap or whatever. And I'm going to get a whole bunch of fans. It's going to be some work, and right now all I'm doing is what you see is I'm just starting to get to the point where I can I'm going to put everything away. I'm going to clean this whole area up. I'm going to take down all the stuff that I had up for hanging the cannabis to dry. I want to move the drying room to a different space, but yeah, I mean, all this area is going to be my new grill room, and I really think that I could do everything in here. I don't have to just keep the cannabis separate if I do it right. And that's where some of my expertise from friends will come in handy, like Mr. Phillip over there with the Soil Focus Farms. Hello, Sarah. Sorry, not paying as much attention. This isn't exactly that type of a show, And I want to point out too, while we're hanging out here, you guys, this is my show. Okay, this is the first show that I made. It's a podcast form. It's a video podcast form. It's not a live stream where where we're just hanging out and stuff. I know I've pointed it out before, but I've talked to people recently that have come into my life that think my reels are my show or something. And it's just like, a lot of people don't understand technology still, and it's kind of interesting. But I'm not angry at anybody or anything like that. But for you to come in and sort of expect me to have done something better than I have done, like, I'm trying here. I'm working on what I can, and I'm getting there. I personally think I'm doing a heck of a lot more. It's just that I'm in between harvests. So some people have come in looking like, well, what are you doing? And it's like, well, I just spend a lot of time, doing all that harvesting and everything. I'm gonna have a small toke here while we're hanging out. But yeah, I'm gonna stick up for myself there, because you're gonna have that like sort of ups and downs in harvest seasons and off time and stuff like that. And being that I'm indoors, I mean, I can just go not all year long, which sounds good theoretically, but then when do I take a break, right? So I do have to get myself back in gear and get things moving again. No rush on what there. No rush. Did you ask me a question? I'm sorry. Okay. Nina, thank you for telling me. Pretty appreciate that, because YouTube is where I really started. YouTube is actually what I envisioned this show for. Facebook just happens to have a lot more interaction going on all day, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I think it's because YouTube and Facebook are very different types of sites. I think if you want to intake, conversation and that sort of content, YouTube is a good place. Although there's lots of garbage on YouTube, obviously, but Facebook is a lot more about the communication between people rather than YouTube being here. Let me show you what I'm doing, what my show is, or my whatever podcast. So I think those are slight differences, but I don't know. Agree or disagree. So anyway, we'll get back to what I'm doing here. I'm getting taken down on this wire off the ceiling that I just found like random places as quickly as I could because I was in the middle of harvesting and needing more places to hang stuff. And so all of that felt like, freaking I Love Lucy trying to keep up with the pies or whatever. I'm going to do it a lot better next time. And obviously people say that all the time, but that's the idea. Nina says, my indoor plants are transitioning from being outside, not a pretty sight during winter, but still got a garden. I'm getting a phone call, an 888 number. I doubt that's anything important. I'm going to say that's not anything important. You'll be up in a little bit. You're doing good, man. Okay. Appreciate that, Philip. Yeah, no, it's no big deal. I won't be on here. It's about an hour show or so, a half hour to an hour show. I don't expect to make that much longer unless I start adding interviews or other segments and things like that. I do want to point this out to anybody who cares. I know I've moved the show around a couple times, and I do apologize for that. I want to try and stay consistent. That's kind of one of the keys to the podcasting realm. But with that being said, I do plan to move the show one more time, but not for quite a while. But that last move is going to be a push to make this show a lot more like a late night talk show. And that's obviously a good far distance from where I'm at now. But I have a vision, and it's going to change. It's going to morph. It's going to evolve over time. So, oh, you're right, Nina. They're trying to reach me about my car's extended warranty, probably. Yeah. I think I'm good on that, actually. But Trevor isn't doing so well, actually, you guys. My Chevy Traverse, his name's Trevor. He's not doing the best. I think he's got COPD or something like that. Barry Williams, hello. How are you today? You're just watching me clean up this. So I wanted to show this view, too, because you guys can sort of get a good idea of what sort of my vision is here. I want to, wall this all off and make it fully a grill room and make it sealed in and everything. I can't go too far because you might see on the right there, I have a breaker box, circuit breaker box. So I have to, Jay Alty. Hello, Jay. Here, Jay. Is this enough, buddy? Everybody sees Jay, right? Jay, everybody say hi to Jay. Jay Alty's here. There you go, Jay. Trevor Strong, that's right. That should be my hashtag, right? Dirty trunks. What do you mean dirty trunks? I'm wearing jeans and they're not dirty. Thank you very much. So as you might see on the right there, good idea. Have a seal it in. Have a seal it in. So I'm gonna seal it. I'm gonna seal it. Seal. I'm gonna seal the room up to that point. Is it really only 2 likes, guys? Is that all the love I can get? 3? Really? Okay. I guess I can accept that. I do like to guilt you into the likes, so you can push back. Jay, Nina says, "What's up, Jay Bud? You're naked, want you live? No, thanks, buddy. You can stay down there. This isn't that type of show." I got a lot to clean up there, you guys. That whole table where I've been working and stuff, that all needs to be organized and put back into shelves and everything. And yeah, so I got my work cut out for me, and I'll probably be a whole show about this next week, which just be me doing more of this stuff. But that's part of the gig, right? That's part of the journey of farming indoors, is the upgrade, the reset, the cleaning, and the redoing of the area, redoing whatever you want to call it, layman's terms. But definitely want to upgrade as well, like make improvements on the space you're already using, add things, more circulation, more mold prevention, seal the wood that might be covered or not covered, seal the wood that might be exposed, that's not sealed already. There's, a bunch of wood around here that is just exposed wood, like the ceiling, not, the ceiling there, the rafters and stuff. All that wood I'm going to have to paint and or seal in. So it's going to be some work, but once I do it, I feel like it's going to be really nice. Just have to make it happen. Now, sealing in just the electrical box could be a plan, and then I could use more space, but I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm afraid of covering it or having plastic near it or anything that's flammable. I don't know. It's a nice electrical box, but it's nice and new and all that, but I don't think I want to be too close to it, covering it up and stuff. Indoor, recommend any good indoor sunlight? Yeah, the sun. That's probably your best bet. I'm trying my hand at indoor herbs this winter. Any tips? Okay. Well, herbs are very easy going, so you don't have to do anything major as far as nutrients on those. Like the aquarium water is great for herbs, but I would say you just need light next to the window. All the window is going to be cold, though. May not be the best idea. Honestly, herbs will grow on about anything. Just some like cheap purple lights. Blue and purple. Blue and red make purple. They call them burple. You'll hear growers say, "Oh, burple." Well, look, purple lights are good, and actually, it just depends on the strength that's in the light. Either way, really. But you have the fact that plants mostly only like green. I'm not green. They mostly only like red, far red, and blue light. So it's interesting what they actually want to absorb and what they don't. Full spectrum is still good, still the best way to go. They get anything that they would want, but you can actually do pretty good with just blue and purple, blue and red. But they also are good for leafy greens. They're not going to make you fruit anything, But herbs are pretty easy. They're not too bad. Nina, you can go on like Amazon or whatever, and they're super cheap to get a couple of bar lights like this. They're like tiny, thin plastic lights that you can hang up, and pretty easy. Don't have much sunlight in the winter. My windows are set up weird, so I barely get 6 hours of direct window light. Yeah, I mean, you could, I guess, supplement with that, but you'd have to get a light for sure, especially in the wintertime. You have some purple lights, okay. Yeah, they call those burple. So here you might wonder what I'm doing. I found like a curtain rod, and I was like, hey, I could just like the wire that I'm wrapping up, I'm gonna reuse it. I'm like, where do I save that? So I just wrapped it all around this, and I thought that was pretty ingenious for randomly figuring that out. Hi, Charlene. How are you today? Gotta look down at my phone to see if there's anybody watching but not talking, because StreamYard doesn't, tell me that. Steve-O says, survey says, I have a question for you. What is the biggest mistake that you've made growing so far? And what is that What is the most difficult thing about it? The biggest mistake I made is probably flooding my basement a bunch of times. You're in the grow. That's a lot you can do there. Wait, I'm in the grow. There's a lot you can do there. Okay. So back to Steve-O's question. So the biggest mistake is that in my basement, there's the way that they designed the basement, there was a drain, and they built a shower and bathroom over that drain. And I guarantee that was an afterthought. It had to be an afterthought because anytime the water in the gets in the basement, anytime I flood the basement by filling up a bucket of water and then forgetting about it while I walk away and it overflows, that's happened to me a few times. And every time the water will congregate over right in front of the bathroom. It's all going to puddle up right in front of the bathroom because it's trying to get in that drain that's now been blocked over by a bathroom. So I fixed that problem by putting everything in there's a big shower inside there. It's not that inviting of a shower to shower in, but it's a huge shower. I was going to use it for like a dog washing station. I thought that would have been badass to have a good spot to wash my husky, not in my bathtub, But no, what I have to do is I have a bunch of buckets in there and a 55-gallon drum of clean water that I'm absorbing from the distilled water coming from the furnace and all that. So it's very efficient now, but that's going to be and is the hardest thing to deal with, Steve-O, is mold. If you flood your basement a bunch of times and then your bud has mold on it, that's pretty obvious, right? But battling backwards from that is going to be difficult. Like there's going to be little spores around somewhere, and no matter what I do, I'm going to have troubles trying to upkeep. Maybe not. It may not be that big a deal, but it also, I know it's harder to get rid of once you've had an issue. Now, I don't have like visible mold in the basement, but it was on some of the plants. So I clearly, the plants had some. Or I mean, clearly the basement would have some, is what I mean. So there's a lot of cleaning and stuff I need to do resetting that basement. There is a natural way to kill mold. I mean, I have been using white vinegar. White vinegar actually kills mold, but fill us in, buddy. Do you want that link again? We're in no hurry. I'm in a hurry to get things done. Why? Okay. Really want to finish the chorus, but it's not this. That's not that type of show, Waylon. Yeah, I found I have a passion for building shows and making podcasts, but by myself, it's kind of tough, right? But I still think of like other stuff. Like, man, I think it would be really cool to read children's books, and read them for my son so that he can watch them, when he's at his mom's house and when he's going to sleep. I thought, well, that might catch on. Other parents might want to like play those, and I could get him visually on screen by like a second camera, like flipping the pages and seeing the book, and then I can be reading up in the microphone. What do you guys think? Anyway, I know I'm silly, but it was a thought I had. It'd be fun. And secondarily, I could play it for my son when I don't feel like reading a book. And we get to snag the books for free that way, but on video. I wonder if that's a copyright claim if I record a book that's in the library. I have to look at that. Anyway, I digress. But just so you guys know, winter time is coming, and a good place to take your kids whether you have money or not, and if you have nothing else to do and you're bored, is the library. It's actually really cool. They got a lot of stuff. They got toys. They got all kinds of things, learning areas to play and stuff, and it's actually pretty cool. At least my library. I mean, a lot of people probably have libraries somewhat near them. Cinnamon kills mold, you say? How do you make cinnamon? That's a plant? Cinnamon a plant? I mean, I'm sure it's a plant, right? What is cinnamon? I want to look that up. Maybe I'll look it up later. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. Jay, any tags and shares and anything that you guys can do, I appreciate that. And likes would be great. 4 likes so far. Appreciate those. I appreciate all 4 of them. So, yeah, got a lot more work to do down there, guys. Unfortunately, I've had other things going on, events and stuff. Tomorrow, check out tomorrow's show. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, 8 o'clock Central Time. It's going to do another review show, review number 9. I went and did a pretty interesting thing. I went and played some cannabis bingo. It was really cool. We talked about it last week on last week's show. When I found it, I was looking around online for local businesses and whatnot, and looking at things that I could go review. And I found this event. I thought that's pretty cool. We'll go check that out. So I'll have some pictures and video from Philly B's place. So tomorrow, go check that out, guys. And come check us out this week on People in the Boxes. We have a tentative topic. I'm not 100% on it, but I think we're going to talk about, commercials and advertising and marketing, or is it propaganda? I don't know if you guys know what propaganda is, but are they swindling you with all the commercials and the fakeness and the painted cheeseburgers and things? Is that propaganda? That's the tentative topic for tonight's or to this week's People in the Boxes, Thursday night, 8 o'clock Central. What's up, Mikey? Mikey in the chat? I don't see him. It's a lot of tags there, Jay. Appreciate that. What's up, Britt? How are you today? Hello. Hashtag 42710 family, everybody. We got a tight knit group over there, and rock solid, really. Appreciate everything they do. So anyway, this was this plant right in front of me here. You guys see that big plant? That was the big plant that I had, the biggest thing I grew, and I made a lot of mistakes on that, Steve-O. So I could really go down a whole list of mistakes. But the mistakes on the big plant is I should have cut way more off of her. Shouldn't have been so scared of chopping stuff off, This is propaganda. Well, it is propaganda. You're right, Jenna. I'm swaying people's minds, but I'm not using falsehoods though. So maybe it's not propaganda. Propaganda is when you're being misleading about something. I don't feel like I'm just being misleading at all. If you guys feel that way, please tell me. Cinnamon is made from the inner bark of the cinnamon tree. Cinnamonium? Are you making that shit up, Steve-O? Cinnamonium tree? I believe you. Doing great today. Hell yeah. Hashtag 42710 family, you guys. And if you haven't checked them out, they have the 42710 Waffle House. That's really the place to go check out first. That's how you get in. That's how you get in the door. But yeah, if you guys want to, you see around the bottom of the screen there, my Cash App floating by. If anybody wants to support me and you want to send a gift, I appreciate that. That would help me with these efforts, this grow room I want to build, this magical, wonderful place. Imagine, Willy Wonka's chocolate factory meets, Dexter's laboratory meets, the Rainforest Cafe in my basement. That's the vision one day as a actual business, but right now I could do like a mini version of that. I've seen Philip set up. Philip over there, Soil Focus Farms, he's got a hell of a setup in his basement, and he said he hasn't even been really messing with it, so he's going to get back into that, and we'll both be able to push each other and inspire each other. And I want to inspire everybody to do some of this. I don't want you to think that I have some kind of secret sauce that nobody else can do. I want you to know that, look at me, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm trying it anyway, So learning from other people's mistakes, I think, is one of my best ways of learning personally. Cute face, Steve-O. I'm putting up more of these on the screen. I think I should be doing that because I did have at least one YouTube fan. Oh, she's still hanging out over there. But yes, appreciate her over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up more pictures. Oh, hey, that's it. That's the rest of that part of the video anyway. But yeah, no, I appreciate all the love everybody's showing in the comments, because that's really all I'm about. Really, honestly, listen, I may annoy people, I may piss you off at some point or another, but I'm not going to be going after you or your kids. So other people out there may do that. I'm not doing that. They look like but yeah, I want to see myself grow to the point where I am selling some of this food to restaurants and grocery stores and things, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I may run into the point where the content I do stops me from selling to the local places, and so I'll have to point that out. I'll have to let you guys know, and that's part of the journey, right? We'll find something. We can do this. Remain teachable in life. That's right. What if we had like a Canna farmers market? I could make my own damn place to sell stuff. The Canna farmers market still here over here in the YouTube land. Good show, bro. Thanks for all the hard work you put in. Thanks, Steve-O. I appreciate you, man. Steve-O, one of my supporters over on locals.com. You guys, if you see that on my name title plate here, whatever you call it, locals.com. It's a free app on the phone. It's a website that has even more involved, obviously, kind of like Facebook is. But yeah, it's free to come follow me on Locals, and I'm going to be doing a lot more. I'm going to be doing StreamYard lives on Locals, which doesn't actually connect to Locals, but I use OBS, which then can screen capture what I have going on my screen, which could be StreamYard, and boom, I can have guests on my Locals account. So I think that's pretty exciting. Once I start paying for it and I can do like bigger lives over there, it's going to be very exclusive, you guys, very exclusive. It's I'm not just about Facebook. I'm on all over the other platforms. You might see a few over on the screen here. I need to get rid of Twitch. Twitch just kind of blows. Twitch doesn't get me anything, and there's no like sort of view algorithm on Twitch, and Twitter isn't really any much better. So I may actually switch over and start going to Spotify. Does anybody here listen to Spotify? I go to Spotify once in a while, I did blow right past this in the video, but I showed a handful of nugs that were up close. Those were my purple alien OG. It's probably my best nugs that I grew. A little darker because they were outside, but they were very purple as well, so it was kind of tough. Britt says she has Spotify, so yes, absolutely. I have no family besides our family. Well, see, I have a lot of different groups that I'm involved in that I think are good groups. There's a lot of them that are like, meh, I don't really know what's happening there. But then there are actually some good groups out on Facebook, and that's why Facebook, I think, is different than other platforms, is because of how long it's been around. You have bigger groups of people that have been around longer. But I'm on a lot of other places, you guys. If anybody knows about Clapper, or hell, I'm on MeWe and Minds.com is like a Facebook. I love you, brother. Some paranoid. Oh, whoa! I didn't even read this, and I left it on the screen for a while. Jay Cheese. No, we're not talking about that here today, Jay. This is all fun. This is all about promoting self-sustainability, the self-sustainable lifestyle, right? And that's not because I think it's a thing that only few people can do, and you have to be some kind of special, farmer type of person. I think every person has a lot of reason to be into this, like you can't just leave everything to someone else. Like you have to know a little bit about what's going on around you. You might have wild ingredients right around you. You never know. And that's not just about food. So I'm making my stance through food and farming because everybody needs to eat. But I branch out into everything that connects to that, like obviously beekeeping and, mushroom growing and hunting, livestock. All those things involve food, but they also involve nature being able to be, good stewards of nature. Like a good hunter actually doesn't, he's not going to hunt to extinction. He's not going to hunt to near extinction. He's going to, you rotate different types of animals, and you cull herds when they're too big, and there's issues like that. And there are good and bad ways to do those things. And I think every person on the planet is invested in these things. We just don't know it. A lot of us don't know it, right? Cannabis is just one thing that I think, look, would it be easier for me to do this without the cannabis on the show? Probably. But you know what? It's not just about normalizing using cannabis as a veteran. It's also about normalizing cannabis so that we can get to the real stuff that I think is beneficial, which is obviously medicines, but then all the textiles that we could be making with cannabis, the hempcrete, all these things, clothing, paper, it would just revolutionize so many industries. But then we'd be taking money out of some of the corporations' pockets. So, but if we can push it through the culture, because, we want to use it, we want to use cannabis in the back door, what does that make it legal for? Textiles, right? So it's kind of a one and the other. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base with that, but that's my sort of thinking on it. Is that I think it's an important plant in a lot of ways, not just the use of it to smoke, right? Provide for my family and keep the population lower. Yeah, no, you have to hunt. Like, it's just like you have to have controlled fires sometimes in forests and stuff. And that's how you start giant wildfires. If you let too much underbrush stay there and die and get dried up and all that. What other medicine can you grow? Answer that for me. If you tried to grow any other type of plain medicine, like the poppy plant or anything like that, you would be in prison. And also you have to process it, grow it, dry it, and smoke it. Yes, no, I agree. That is the only thing. And I think that could make headway for a lot of other things. Obviously, psilocybin is trying to hop on the bandwagon. And it's funny because we haven't even, it's almost like, bro, we're not even there yet with the cannabis. Can you give us a few more minutes so we can get there, and then bring your little brother psilocybin through the back door, and we can sneak him in, you like, they're just trying. Oh, no, what about me too, right? Like, come on now, take a back seat for a minute, shrooms, and then on top of that, I think MDMA, like ecstasy, Molly and ecstasy, that stuff they're using in micro doses to combat depression and things like that. So there's a lot. They're trying a lot of things all at once, as they're still dragging their feet on the one plant that we had in our cupboards in 1935. So that's another reason why I'm battling this. So if you guys think, well, man, this seems like an important topic, why isn't he being seen more? Well, some of it is because there's a big stigma on cannabis still. But I'm kind of trying to drag cannabis with me into the, hey, everybody, we should pay attention to this, right? This thing, self-sustainability, whatever you want to label me as, we should pay more attention. But hey, we're gonna bring cannabis with us, because what does it do? Cannabis makes more oxygen than the amount of carbon dioxide that it needs. So it actually is a net producer of oxygen. Hempcrete alone is amazing. Has anybody seen hempcrete out there? Hi, Valerie. Sorry, I didn't. I sent a message, but I don't know if I tagged you. I tried to tag as many as I apologize. No excuses, you guys. No excuses. Valerie's one of my other few supporters on Locals, you guys. Locals.com. It's a free app. Go check it out. Go find me. Wait, I gotta go back a minute here. Here it is. We should definitely be more mindful about growing food, but if society were to break down, where would you get your medicine? Cannabis treats it and cures many types of ailments and diseases. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty blanket statement, Steve-O, and I think you probably have knowledge that you're backing that up with. But sometimes I think people want to leap cannabis into some sort of a cure-all, and isn't it more of a numbing agent than a I mean, if you do things different with your FECOs and your RSOs and things like that, I guess they have become more curative. But it's hard to say it's hard to just say that without having some examples. And I think we definitely had it. I know we had it in our medicine cabinets in 1930s and before, but I'm not sure what we used it for directly back then. I don't think we were smart back then about making FECOs and different things like that. Jenna says, that's what I like about my small town. We all eat, we all know each other, and everyone here does something, farming, etc. So when the pandemic hit, we all decided what our job were in here in town. Okay, but that's you're touching on something interesting there, Jenna. They have done studies on population, and they come up to the conclusion that 150 people is the max amount of people that should live in a community before it gets to the point where you can't control not control, but you can't weed out the bad people. You like they say that about 150 people. So it's sort of an interesting side fact that they say that once you get above that, it becomes easier for corruption and other things to be going on. So yeah, it's kind of fun. We all should be living in pods of 150. A very nice seed bank. Okay. Collect seeds like people collect coins. Yeah, but so how do you keep the seeds well though, Philip? I mean, I thought, don't they go bad over time? Is there some like you just keep them in a hermetically sealed container or something like that? Full spectrum RSO cures cancer, been proven. Isn't that depending on the type of cancerous cells? Because I know dandelions actually kill cancerous cells as well, but only certain types, I'm sure. Cannabis lowers blood pressure, blood sugar, etc. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there are other sort of, I mean, it's medicinal, but I don't know if that's a cure exactly, but it's definitely symptomatic treatments, I would say. But there is something to the cancer treatment. I just don't know that we could blanketly say every cancer, you know what I mean? It's hard. That one's hard because they found a the cold keeps the seeds well. Okay, all right. They found a hornet, I think, or was it a wasp or something in South America? Its venom kills cancer cells also. And I thought that was actually really cool. And I know that's out there, so I'm not going to go look it up, but like all seeds. Okay. Keep them cold. I didn't know that. Okay. That's a good idea though. I should be finding somewhere colder for my seeds. Hey, I learned something by hanging out for a little bit longer. You know, I learned something from you guys. I'll smoke to that. I got to remember, you know, I'm on some pretty professional groups shared right now. So I'm trying to keep it, you know, keep it professional. So what do you guys think about people in the boxes though this week? Or should we do the propaganda? Is propaganda too big of a word for some? Do we think it's an obvious topic? I mean, I don't think it is. There's plenty of like factoids we can look up about, you know, commercials, and it's a good time of the year, right? You're being told by Hallmark and Macy's and everywhere that you have to go and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy. Like it's a good time to like sit back, remind ourselves that we're being bombarded by, you know, stuff. Oh, hey, what do you guys think? My beard's coming back, huh? Just remembered, I have a beard again. Where are we at? Here we are. Not every cancer, but nothing does. Right. And that's the thing is that we're finding things that affect cancer, and maybe one day we can sort of combine them all together, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Even the ones in your balls. Oh yeah, right. Those ones have to stay. Right. That's why your balls are on the outside. So keep them cooler than what the rest of your body is. Nice face. Thanks, Val. I just made it today. It looks good, right? Sometimes I miss on the on this area trimming. It's kind of tough, but hey, what do you do? First world problems, right, guys? Well, cheers to that. We got about 3 more minutes, and then we'll head out of here. See if you can smoke like a gentleman, like maybe Rogan does, because he can get away with it, right? He can smoke on screen. He's not losing viewers from it. But, maybe that's the key, right? You have to, gentleman. Anyway, appreciate you guys stopping through. Everybody have a great Monday. I hope you guys do. I got a lot of stuff to do this week, but hopefully my son stays in good health. And speaking of my son, I'm only going to say this once. I don't need anybody's pity or feeling sorry for me for my son, and I don't think anyone does. But let's just say I heard about that being said, and I don't think my son needs to be brought into any sort of bullshit drama. So that's all I'm gonna say about that, y'all. Cheers. I'm glad you caught me too, Val. I appreciate you. I should have made more of an effort to get you in. And I know I keep changing the show time and stuff, so I think you oh wow, that's a step up. You've outdone yourself this time, Val. Appreciate that. But yes, I think that's a good policy. Leave the kids out of it. Yeah. So tomorrow, though, you'll get to see the footage I got from Philly B's place. It was fun. I did win a couple things. I'll show those off tomorrow. I might just give them away. I'm not sure. We might do a little giveaway. See what's up. I'm not going to say that for sure because I don't want to step into that realm of being a giveaway person and then not be able to step back out, So, and maybe that's just overthinking it clearly. But yeah, with that being said, guys, it is 1:00 Central Time over here, December 12th, 2022, y'all. Christmas is right around the corner. It's coming up quick. But you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Thank you. Peace out.